Good afternoon, and it's a Sunday afternoon, would you believe it? Oh, there's mediocre. You're right, Mike. It's the best of the bunch. But today, I'm playing with this one. I'm going to put heated grips on my GSXR 600 as the cold weather's coming. Usually I go for the Oxford ones, but the reviews were saying these R&G ones are pretty good, so I'm going to go with them. So bike's up on the stand. What do I do first? Let's do throttle side, because it's usually the most complicated. So I'll set up and take this horrible, what's that say? Harris Project GSXR. Beautiful hand grip, gorgeous. Yeah, that's got to go. So I'll get set up, chop that off, and fit that one, I believe. Is the bigger diameter. Yep. So that one, throttle side. Excellent. Right, get set up. Stop mumbling. Right, bar end off. Oh, there you go. I was going to say I didn't know whether that actually screwed into something fixed in there, which the modern day bikes seem to do. That fell out a bit too easy, really. See if we can get this off the throttle tube. Yeah, I don't think that's glued. So it's definitely not going back on. Oh, broke the knife. I'd say it's definitely not going back on, but what is this? An anti-slip thing. Can't believe I've broken my blade. Well, I can actually, because they're so brittle. That's that off, and then there's this funny sleevey thing here, which obviously to grip your throttle tube, and then the grips on that. Never seen one like that before. Not that I'm excited about seeing one this time. Right, now usually you have to get a Dremel, chop these end ridges off. See, it's just got a ridge on the end there. Some of it's broken away already, but that wants chopping off to be able to slide the grip up, and usually this end here, where you've got a ridge as well, that all wants chopping off as well, without ruining the throttle tube. So weapon of choice, Dremel and a cutter. Cordless Dremel, obviously. I think I'll put a cloth over the rest of it as well. Try and save the molten plastic from sticking to anything. Right, you need to go over there a bit. Okay, let's see if the grip goes on. Yeah, so that slides on very nicely. Probably a bit too nicely. I've had it before where I've had to take some of these grip lines out as well. But this is going to get to there and overhang, which is no good. So all this collar needs to come off definitely. So same again, just chop it off, sand it down. I'll do that without boring the shit out of you. That's that done. Collar's been chopped off. This does go right up to the throttle. Comes back nicely, even with your rubber bung stuck up inside. Oh, that's slowed down. Oh, it was alright in testing. So probably want a big washer on there just to bring it out off the throttle tube, or you can trim the end off. I don't think I want to trim the end off, so I'll see if I've got a big enough washer. It's going to be quite the task, I think. I say it's got to be 15 mil, something like that. 15 mil, you reckon? 15 mil, 15 mil internal diameter washer. As I say, might be quite the feat. Quite the cheesy feat. Or I'll just pull it off a little bit. Anyway, that's going on there. The wire is sort of in line with where one of the throttle cables comes out of the bottom, and then as it comes round it doesn't foul the brake at all. Oh, I don't know what I'm saying here. Okay, so I've got the cable coming out towards the back throttle cable. I don't know whether that's probably the return cable, isn't it? And then it comes round. None of the wiring fouls the brake. Plenty of distance in there, and then I'll just wrap the wiring up and hook it onto the original loom without pinching or pulling the throttle cables, because that'd be funny, wouldn't it? That'd be revving a little bit too high. So yes, I think that's the position it's going to go. One thing the R&G kit doesn't provide, and the Oxford kits do provide, is glue. And all I've got is super glue, so I hope it puts up with the temperature. Ram that on right up tight, she said, and then leave that for the glue to go off. Right, so I'll just let that dry on there. Shouldn't take too long, being it's super glue. And while I'm waiting for that to dry, I'll see if I can get a big washer to go on there. A big, not too ugly washer. Might have a nylon washer. Anyway, I'll go and have a look for that. You wait. You wait. I'll be back in a minute. Failed on the washer, but succeeded on the O-ring. So I'm going to shove an O-ring up there. Who misses? Oh, it's beautiful. Beautiful. Looks factory. Trouble is, it's more the Lego factory than the Suzuki factory. Right, so that one's on. Go to the other side, and rip off that one. Which, as you can see, is equally disgusting. Right, they come off nice and easy though, and go in the bin. Right. Tell you what, that's quite tight, she said. I'll say it's going on. Let's put another dot on it. Yeah. Whoo! It slide on beautifully like the throttle side. Are we still moving? We are. Perhaps I'll leave it like that. Looks more like a track bike then. Bit of swanky handlebar showing. Oh, that hurts. Really does hurt. And I know I'm going to keep doing it. God. Glutton for punishment. Go on. Nearly there. Oh, let's ruin the other hand. Oh, it wants the tiniest bit. Should I try a mallet? Or was this just rude? Why don't I do that in the first place? Yes! Haul! And it doesn't matter whether this binds to it, obviously, because it ain't the throttle. Perhaps that's why they don't supply glue, because you don't need it. Right, and as I say, that one's going to join the electrics along here and get clubbed to them. So now I need to lift the tank. Let's pan you back so you can hear what I'm tapping, see what I'm tapping. Lift the tank, remove the seat, do that in reverse order probably, and then run the power cables. So I'll come back when I've taken the seat off and lifted the tank, because to be honest, if you don't know how to do that, you shouldn't be fitting grips. Is it this one that gets undone? Ooh, right, in a minute. Right, seat's off, tank's up, starting to feed the cable through. It's down the left hand side of the battery where the main wiring loom goes, so that'll give me something to what? Fix it to. Always already comes with a fuse. A 5 amp fuse. So I'm going to pull that through. There's the gear indicator wire that someone's put in aftermarket. I think I'm going to hook it onto that to follow the frame. Up. It's that one, it's that one, it's that one, it's this one. Here it is. See, I know exactly where it goes. It goes through the bracket there where the throttle and the clutch cable goes through as well. Up there, it's this one. So that one over there. I'm going to follow that and just tuck it in with it down here. I can actually lift it up. I'll zip tie this cable to it, then drop it down, and then zip tie both of them to the main harness down here to keep it from moving too much. And obviously bring the socket, power socket, up here somewhere. Or, having said that, perhaps first of all I should see how far back we need to go with this. It's not an amazing amount of cabling. I don't even know where I'm going to put the control panel yet. Oh, the whole thing is just such a chore. Anyway, I'm going to pull that through, get that to where it needs to be, and then figure it all out from there. Quite the stench of petrol bin. I've been playing with the throttle. Right, so that is more than enough. Oh, I see, it's gone down through that one. I could do that. Or I could group this up here and bring the power bit. I'm considering putting it on the yoke. Or is that absolutely ridiculous? I don't know whether it'll stay there. That's the other beauty with the Oxford ones. They're not just stick on. This is just a stick on. You have a bracket that can go on your. Although saying that, that is screw on, isn't it? Yeah, it's got the holes. I didn't consider that, so it must be. Oh, there you go, longer screws. 2 for the bracket and 2 if you want to screw it to this. No, 2 for the bracket itself to clamp onto the handlebars. The other half's over there, and then 4 to go through this and into the unit. So you can clamp it on. Trouble is, with the clip-ons, there's no spare handlebar to put the handlebar mount on. So it needs to mount somewhere else, which I need to figure out because I'm the owner. Anyway, let me have a think about that and I'll come back to you. I'll plan it all out and then I'll come back as though I knew all along where I was going with it. How's that sound? Brilliant, thank you. Okay, I think I know where. Stop creaking on the creaking boards. That's where I'm going. Obviously I've taken the screen out, give myself more access, but that's where I'm going to put it. It's stuck on there, seems quite solid. This one's going to come out. I could take this bracket off and wang that one underneath it. And then it's figuring out routing the grip wires. They're all going to get bunched up together and cable tied somewhere in here to hide them away. And I don't think with my meagre tiny tripod I'm going to be able to film this, so I'll give it a go though. Might be able to stand you on the air filter or something. Hang fire for exciting views. Okay. Right, I've stuck you on the air filter. No, don't thank me. It's not working out quite yet. I think you've got a good viewpoint. If not, you won't see any of this, so it won't matter. Right. Let's take that. Can you see that? Yes, you can. Are you in the way of me undoing it? Yes, you are. Let's use a different doobry then. Oh, just for your viewing pleasure. Right, that might be high enough. Yes, it is. I'll take that part of the way through because it won't be that tight that I can't pull the cable through. It's just the connector on the end that needed to come through. Right. Like that was a lot of effort. Right. So got that. So pull a bit more through, and then he's dropped. I say he, it might have been a lady that fitted the gear selector. That one there, just out of shot, isn't it? There. I'm still pointing to it, and I can't see that you can see. I can't see that you can see. That doesn't make sense. Right, so that needs to go down there. Then we've got the power cable from the control unit, like that. And then we've got two cables from the grips, which are you're stuck on the fact I'm pulling the wrong cable. Right, it still doesn't want to come through. Why are you being such an arse? Connectors for the grips was being a piss flap. I don't know if that's strictly true or scientifically correct. Right, there's that one done up, and the one off the throttle side. Right, so that's them all connected. So I'll backtrack and cable tie everything so it's gorgeously neat. Ah, that's another thing, another discovery. They don't supply cable ties in the kit, but the Oxford kit is 80 quid, and I think this one was 40, so entirely up to you what you buy. I have had a lot of successful times with Oxford heated grips and the longevity of them as well, so this really is testing. I'll take that off because that's probably annoying people. So now you want to bunch all this shit together, make sure it's not interfering. Definitely don't want to cable tie it to the brake line. That would be ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Right, does that leave me enough free? Yes, it does. So throttle's got free movement. What am I doing that up to? Definitely the electrics. As I say, definitely don't want it on any of my brake pipes, or indeed crimping the throttle cables, because again that would be ridiculous. So now pull that through. Right, the visitor was the missus. She bought me a mug of tea, so she was allowed in. Lucky for her. That should go there. Now probably at this stage I should check that everything works. But I probably ain't going to. I'm not too worried about waterprooficity either, even if that's not a word, because that's all tucking in. I've just wound it back through. There's a hole in the bracket that takes the nose cone and everything, and I've sort of pushed the cables back through that to hide them away a bit. I mean, how many times do you go lock to lock? But that's okay. The throttle cables are just glancing across the top of it, so whether they're going to turn it on as I turn full lock, I don't know. Be exciting to find out. And then just going to route this power cable back. Perhaps I'll cable tie that just to hold it out of the way of the throttles and everything. So that's cable tied on there, and as I say, I'm going to follow this. This is the gear indicator cable, aftermarket one that someone's fitted. Thank you very much, it's very helpful. And this is the heated grip wire. I'm going to just cable tie them together down to here until it meets, until I get the main harness, and I'll cable tie it to that, which leaves me roughly what I need to put it on the batteries. There'll be a little bit extra, which is nice to have a bit of movement. Wire it up, fire it up, start it up, see if my hands get toasty. Right, so I'll continue following this back and cable tying this together. Okay, rudely the camera battery died, so I'm back again. And yeah, final stage, connecting it to the battery. I'll get the negative out of the way first. The other side of it is this doesn't have the control like the oh, why did that sweep? This doesn't have the control box like the Oxford heated grips, where it can tell whether the engine is going, or whether you've actually walked away from the bike and accidentally left the grips on. Yeah, we've got power there, and we've got power to the bike as well. Power to the people. Let's see if it all fires up. Right, bike works, which is always a plus. And then simple as that. As I say, this, unlike the Oxford one, well, we've got flashing. Unlike the Oxford one, hasn't got the right, now that noise has stopped. Hasn't got the brain to know that you've accidentally left it on. I believe that's true. I should read about it really. So that will just stay on. Oh yeah, we're getting some heat through them already, which is always a good thing when you've put heated grips on. So I'm going to go with that's a success. Oh yeah, it's quite nice. I will check up on that to see whether but yeah, the ignition's off, and as you can see, you can still put it on. And I don't think it's got the control unit like the Oxford ones where it senses that you've actually accidentally left them on and it turns them off after a while. So that is one thing to really look out for, accidentally leaving them on, or indeed, oh no, I didn't know whether my throttle cables were just glancing across enough to switch it on, which would have been hilarious. Hilarious. But there you go. RNG heated grips fitted to my GSXR 600 All-Star Corona. I don't know why I said it like that. Because I'm a buffoon. Doesn't look so good without the screen. I'll put the screen back on. But anyway, that's it, done. Finished. Video over. Thanks for watching. Goodbye. Oh, subscribe if you want to. And perhaps I'll see you again. Anyway, that's it for today. Ta-ra.